Hey guys, welcome to my channel and my name is Gurjo. Today's video is going to be about applying your license. So let's say if you are done with your ECEA course and you want to apply for your license to the ECE registry. So what's going to be the process for that, how you can proceed. So today's video is going to be about that. So let's get started. So to begin the process of licensing, the first step is to identify your certification type. So on the website, you will find three types of certificate types. First is ECE 5-year certificate, then we have ECE 1-year certificate, and then we have the ECE assistant certificate. So make sure that you are applying for the correct certificate type. You know what are the requirements, because each certificate type has a different type of requirement, different type of documents. So make sure you identify your type correctly. So today we're going to talk about the assistant license. So let's assume that we are applying for the ECE assistant license. So our certificate type is ECE assistant license. So once you have identified your certificate type, second is the requirements. So what are the things that you require to apply for this kind of a license? So as we're applying for ECE assistant, let's talk about the requirements for the ECE assistant license. So first requirement is that you should have done one ECE course, be it child development, be it child guidance, or health, safety and nutrition. You should have done one course. It's also valid that if you have done any of this course in last 5 years, it's still valid. Due to some reason, if you haven't applied for your license, you can still apply for it. Let's say if it's 2023 right now and I completed my course in 2021, 2020, or and due to some reason I didn't apply for my license, I can still apply it for now, or like right now, because it's valid for 5 years. Thirdly, if you have done your ECE assistant course in some other province and due to some reason you move to BC, you can still apply for your ECE assistant license. So you should have one of this thing. And second is your character reference. So for the character reference, choose a person who is available, who can give positive feedback about you. So make sure you select the right person. So these are the requirements for your ECE assistant certificate. Once we are done with the requirements, we need to identify our pathway. So if you go on the website, you will find 3 different pathways. First is that you have completed your education from an institute that is designated and is inside BC. Second is that you have done your education in Canada but in some other province. And third pathway is that you completed your education outside Canada. So all these 3 pathways have different process. So as we did our ECEA from BC, so we will choose that pathway. So once we are done with identifying the certification type and the pathway, the last step is to gather all the documents. So the first document is the application form. The application form is there on the website. You just need to download it, fill it and send it to the Ministry of Education. So when we download the application form, when you fill the application form, make sure you enter your name, your student ID, your institute name, your course name, all your information correctly, so that there is no mistakes, like because the license will have the same details that you fill in the application form. The details that you fill in the application form should match with your ID as well. If you are not giving your last name, or the last name is different, or there is any kind of spelling mistake, it would be a problem for you later on. So make sure your details are correctly filled. Second is the official transcript. So you need to order your transcript online so that the institute can send the transcript directly to the ECE registry. This is your second document. Third document is your character reference. The character reference format is also available on the website. So you just needed to download it and get it filled from the person you choose to be your reference. So as I told you earlier, make sure the person is available and he or she can talk about your abilities to deal with kids, deal with young children. Also make sure that that person is not your relative, your partner or your spouse. It can be a colleague, it can be your manager, or if you're already working in a daycare, it can be any ECE you are working with. So make sure you choose the right person. And number 4 is 2 pieces of ID. So you need 2 pieces of ID. One is your primary ID and one is your secondary ID. So it can be a driving license, it can be a passport, there is a list of documents which they accept. as an ID, so you can just go through it. So when I took a photocopy of my passport and my BC ID, so with a pencil I just wrote down primary ID and secondary ID to make it simple and clear to understand. So these are the documents that go in an envelope. So you need to send a hard copy of all these documents in an envelope. The address is there on the application form. You just have to send all these documents together in one single envelope. So the process is clearly explained here. You need to determine your certificate type, and according to that you gather your documents. You complete your application and submit it to the ECE registry. The registry then assesses your application and a final decision is made. If you are approved, you finally get your ECEA license. So once we are done with applying for the ECE license, there is no proper way of tracking it. Like if you want to know what is the status, there is no tool for that. There is no proper method for that. So in my case, I wanted to know what is the status of my application. So I emailed it to them that my details are so and so, that's my name, and I applied for my ECE assistant license. So they did reply to me on that email. They said that we received your application on so and so date, but we are still working on the previous applications, so you need to be patient and you need to be you need to wait for some time. But I did got my application, like my license, in 1 month. It's a hard copy sent to you. So yeah, sometimes it does take more time, sometimes it might take less time, so it totally depends. But if you want to know the status of your application, you can definitely email it to them, and you can ask for your status, like what your application is, like where it is, what's happening. So yeah, this is the process. I hope you like this video. If you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. You can also hit on the bell icon to get the notifications, so whenever I upload a new video, you get a notification for that. I'll see you soon in my next video. Till then, bye.